Hi, I'm Max. I'm the creator behind Eat the Rich Art. I use he, him and they, them pronouns, and I have an alt market coming up quickly, very quickly, so I need to do some prep. It is time to get spooky on this here channel. Not that we're not. Oh, Ghost's hiding. Hi, Ghost. Not that we're not always spooky on this channel anyway, but yeah. Let's get spookier. So I do have a bunch of things that I tend to do for these markets anyway. This is the, well, formerly known as the Bristol Alternative Market Coventry edition. It's now the Alternative Markets Coventry edition, which is a bit less confusing, and I'm glad that they've done that rebrand. But yeah, let me just move a second because I feel bad that Ghosty's hiding. Oh, now you can see my drinks collection. Never mind, I'll move back. That works. Now you can see Ghosty. I'll just sit over on this side of the frame and that's okay because it means I can put some photos up if I need to. Yeah, so the things I usually do for this market that I've not currently got in stock are my pumpkin toddler, my pumpkin bear, my pumpkin bats. I'd like to do another hot dog pup because he went in 2 seconds last time I did this event. What else? What else would I like to do? I'd like another impling in spookier colours, maybe black and purple or black and red. So that's on my list. I do have one in stock currently, but it's pink and purple. So I would also like to make a pink and red one. So there might be 2 implings on the list for this market. I might also try some other patterns out. I have some ghosts in stock, so I don't need to make any. I have a Boo Bear in stock still from last October, so I'm not going to make another one until that one sells. Some more mushy boys is probably a good idea. And yeah, my cat would like to join the video. Come on then, come say hi. Misty, come here then. Come here, the people would like to say hi to you. Oh. Here she is, Miss Troublemaker herself. Her name is Misty. She's a ragdoll, if you couldn't tell just by looking at her. Let's bring you closer. Say hi. She's so bothered by me picking her up. Let's put you back down. So yeah, that is the plan. Pumpkin-y things first, and then we'll go on to some other bits that are maybe less spooky after that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll see you. I'll probably end up filming this over a few days and just letting you know at the end of each day what I've made. Because I'm also, at the same time as filming this video, I'm starting to film my Pride series, ready for Prides. So hence the trans-coloured hoodie. So there's going to be a mix and match of things. I'll see you in a bit. I am back and I have made spooky things. So we have a pumpkin bat. I love making these guys so much. And then we will have a pumpkin toddler. I'm debating whether to make multiples of these. I'm not entirely sure because this guy sells every single time I have him on my table pretty much, so I don't know whether to make a second one or not. This guy's a bit more like hit or miss. Like the first time I had him on the table he went really quick. The second time it's taken until February to sell him, and I had him in October, so I'm not sure. Still deciding. So I think I'm gonna take a not spooky detour today as far as prepping for this market goes, and make some capybaras because I'm out of my mini brown capybaras. I have a pink one and a blue one left, but no one likes them as much, so I'm gonna make a few brown ones, I think. Well, I say a few, I'm just gonna go until I finish the ball of vanilla fudge that I'm working through at the minute. And then my next thing that I'd like to do is another impling after that, I think. So we'll see how far we get today, because I am also working on my Pride prep at the same time, so I'm having to chop and change between the two. But the base goal for today is some capybaras. So I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully with more than just cappies, but no promises. But that's what I got done yesterday. I'm back. I don't have much to show. It's been a few days because I needed to focus on getting the other video done. But for spooky things, we made a pumpkin boy. So that will go with the other pumpkin themed items. So we have one of them, and then we had to take a bit of a non-spooky but still market prep detour. So while I had the brown out to finish this guy off, I decided to finish off one of my balls of vanilla fudge. So I've made 2 mini cappies for the table because I've not had these for a couple of markets now and they are a bestseller. So 2 more of them came out of the little scrap I had left of that. So they are going to be added to the stock bag. Then I think I'm going to continue the non-spooky detour to start today because I've sold all of my mallards. So I'm going to make another mallard just because they're quick and easy. I can whack one out quickly and then still make an impling today. So this is the colour scheme I've chosen. The one I have on the table currently has this also as its main body colour, but it has purple horns. I made one of these in this colour with black horns and that went straight away. So I'm hoping having a couple will be nice for the table. I do plan on making one in red and black at some point as well, but I'm going to focus on trying to use up this yarn first. So that is the plan as far as the next stage of this video goes. And I will see you when I've done that. Right, back on. Ignore my hot water bottle. We're struggling again, but it's the next day. Yesterday I made 1 mallard, as I said, continuing the just generic market prep as well as doing spooky stuff. So there's him. Then we went on to the spooky stuff. We've got an impling in, I think this is burgundy, the red colour, and blush from Parfait Chunky. And he's just so cute. These are 20mm eyes on him this time. I've not given him eyelids. I'll give him some eyelids because I forgot to add them. But yeah, he's ready to go. And then I didn't quite finish the ball off, which is a good job now. I've realised I forgot the eyelids. But I used pretty much the rest of the ball. I've got 7 grams left on a nice big fat hippo with 16mm gold eyes. So I'm really getting the use out of my new Macunia eyes, making sure that the investment was worth it. So that's what I've made so far. That has added £9. He's £12, so that's 21. And this guy's going to be 24, so that's £45 added to my inventory. I think the next thing I'm going to do after I add the eyelids is I'm going to make some mossy guys because I've not got a gremlin he sold and I've only got 1 rock golem left and they've been doing so well for me recently. So I need to restock all of that. So that's what I'm going to be doing next. Obviously after eyelids. And then I'm not sure what will be after that. We'll have to see. I think I'm going to try and use up a bit more of my Parfait Chunky. I want to make another Moonkeeper, which was the Celestial Homebody rabbit pattern, but I want to make an Eastery one that will also then work at the old market if it doesn't sell. So I'll probably make him in cream. I'll probably give him a little carrot to hold. Not sure yet what the horns will be. Maybe 1 moon, 1 star. Maybe I'll just make them more carrots. I'm not sure yet. So that I think will be the next one on the list. I'm away from next Tuesday, so I need to be ready for the fair that we've got the Monday after I get back. Before I go away, preferably. Or I need to have something to take away with me that I'm not going to need to take stuffing for, like stuff that I can just make the outsides of and then stuff when I get back, because I don't want to take stuffing away. I can't be bothered. So I'll have a think about that over the next few days. Yeah, that's what I've done for now, and I will see you when I have some mossy guys. Right, I returned from war. It has once again been a few days. My hands are starting to give me a bit of grief, I think just because I've been focusing so much on the smaller yarn. I got used to using the softer parfait and the blanket yarn, so going back down to chenille has been hurting a bit. But that's okay. We'll get back to normal again. I'll just take it gentle for the next couple of days. It's just like general hand fatigue, but mainly focused sort of there. So I'm going to be careful. Lots of ibuprofen gel, lots of heat, and just try and not strain them too hard, basically. I think today I'm going to move over to some blanket yarn for a little bit anyway, just again to give my hands a bit of a break. So yeah, that is the plan for later today. But to start with, we have made Mossy Boys. That is the update for the Everything Spooky video. So we have one gremlin as usual. I've changed the way I did the patch this time because usually the patch ends up sort of over here and it's more on the back, but this time I decided to go up the front a bit. Thought that was fun. The arms are mossier than usual, just because I was trying to conserve as much of this grey as possible to top up the rock golems, so you'll see them in a sec. It's got completely mossy ears. Usually I do top grey and bottom grey, but yeah, it's got the usual 18mm green eyes on it. I'm nearly done with using up this batch of the 18mm eyes that I had, and then I can move on to my nice ones from Macunia, but for now these work. And yeah, really happy with him. Love the way he looks, and he'll probably go really quickly again because everyone loves the mossy guys, so that's at least a niche I know I can move into. I do need to order some more of the Elise Voluto and the pistachio that I used on the gremlins last time, because I just really love like the fluffiness of how that looks, especially when it's next to the chenille rather than next to another blanket yarn, because it does have that extra texture to it. So that will probably be on my list to order after my next market. I also need to get another ball of dark grey because I'm out again. That didn't last very long. I've got a bit of extra orange, so that's fine. I need some more light pink because I used up more than I expected of that on the trans flags, and I've still got the lesbian flags to do. There's a lot more flags than I realised that have pink in as well, so I'll just have to order a few shades of pink in general. And probably some more green as well after this, because I've still got rainbow flags and aromantic flags to do. I think they're the only two I'm doing that have green in, but I've still not got enough of the ball of green left that I'm happy to do 2 flags worth of stuff, especially since I want to do extra of the rainbow, because I know that's going to be the most encompassing of all people. But yeah, anyway, I'm rambling. Stop rambling, talk about things. Gremlin. Oh, this guy will be £15 because I'm adapting my prices once again, and this guy is a lot of colour changing and awkwardness, so I think 15's reasonable. Then the next thing I made was a bunch of rock golems. Now I'm out of my coloured eyes. I usually use coloured 10mm eyes on these guys. Still use 10s, but I'm out of coloured ones. I've got coloured 12s, but they're sinkers rather than just safety eyes, and I didn't think that'd look great. Also, I don't want to like waste my nice pretty new eyes on just like the little guys. I want to save them for the slightly more complex things. Not that I don't love these, but you know what I mean. They are just a scrappy project. So we have, let me show you the first two where I did actually follow the pattern exactly as it's written, right? And then I looked at my board of grey and went, ah, bugger, that's going a bit quicker than I anticipated. So we have 2 rather chunky and not very mossy guys. Then we go to the one where I adapted the pattern to be more mossy and a bit smaller, as you can see, and then still follow the top of the pattern. This literally just took 1 row off the top and 1 row off the bottom. That's the only way that I adapt it. and then the grey was still going faster than I anticipated. So then I made this guy who, as you can see, is a lot more mossy, because basically what I did was the grey that was left, it was already in a bit of a clump anyway, because it's not a ball I'd wound. So I just separated the clump into 2 halves and used 1 half of it, and then as soon as that half was done, I moved on to the moss. So I tried to stagger it a bit so that it still had like a bit of grey in a few rows, but yeah. And then the last guy, no, that's not the last guy, that's the last guy. I ran out of grey pretty quickly, so he is basically wearing like a moss hood. But yeah, so that's all of the mossy guys. I did check my list for the rest of this video, and a lot of stuff I can't actually make, so I'd put a hot dog pup on the list. I've not got enough brown to do that because I need to make more capybaras because they sell better. So I will order some more brown after this market, but I'm not making a hot dog pup for now. Bees, whales, and a Grim Reaper. Except the problem is I did order the grey with the thought of doing a gremlin and a Grim Reaper and then maybe a couple of rock golems, not thinking that I'd sell 4 rock golems at one market, last market, because that was out of the blue and unusual. So I've now not got enough grey to do the Grim Reaper, so I think I'm going to do him in red. I've got this really nice lush dark red, so that is probably how I'll do the Grim Reaper, and he'll just turn out a bit bigger than normal. I'll just increase the price on him to make up for that, and that will be good. So that's the plan. Keychains, Grim Reaper, and some cats. Yeah. I'm back from my holiday. I didn't end up making the Grim Reaper while I was away. I ended up working on stuff for my Easter market instead, but the things that I chose to make when I got back was 2 Demogorgons, because I completely forgot about the Grim Reaper. So this is the Just a Mum crocheting pattern. I've made it in Yarnsmith Snug as a Bug, in slate grey, red, black, and then this is Lise Luto white as the teeth. They are quite a bit bigger than the ones that I've been making in Parfait Chunky, so I'm going to have to charge more for them, I think, because I charge 15 for the Parfait ones, so I think these big ones are going to have to be 18, just based on the size difference and the price of the yarn. But yeah, so I'm going to make that Grim Reaper today, and then I'll come back and finish the video. But that was just a check-in to say I have made some extra spooky things for the spooky video. Whoopsie daisy, my brain is a sieve. So I'll go make that Grim Reaper and I'll come back for a roundup of everything that we've made, though I don't have all of it still, because some of it sold in my Easter market. Whoopsie daisy. That's fine though, I've got enough left for the alt market. I just needed some stuff to fill the table up because it was a bit bigger than I was expecting, so the spooky stuff had to come out. Yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Right, so I have finished the Grim Reaper. I'm going to hold on and show you him last because he's adorable, but let's do a recap of what we've made for this market. So first of all, we made the Pumpkin Toddler by Tubby's Handcrafts, so he will be £15 at the market. He's just adorable. That's one. Then we made a pumpkin bat. This was a mashup pattern. I can't remember who made the original pumpkin bear, and then I adapted it to be a bat, and he will be £9 at the market. Then we made a pumpkin bear by Over My Dead Stitches, but he sold at my Easter market, so I've sadly not got enough orange to remake him right now, but he will be remade for the summer. It's a shame it would be at the old market, but we've got pumpkin things. I have a pumpkin themed keychain as well in my mystery box, so there's enough pumpkins still to go around. And he was £12 when he sold. Then we made 2 mini cappies. These have also sold for £6 each, so that's £12, and that is the Pattern by Crafter Frog. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make more. I do have yarn to make more mini cappies, so that is on the menu for this week. Then we made a mallard. This is the Henry the Mallard by Edgar the Octopus. We made him in parfait, and he'll be selling for £12. Then we made an impling. This is the Pattern by Fibre Fables. We made it in blush and burgundy to go with the blush and mauve one that I have. Isn't he just so cute? He'll be £24. Then the next thing we made was a hippo. That's also sold for £12. So currently we're at £84 currently, and then with the hippo that makes it £96 of stock. Next thing we made is this gremlin guy who needs that tail weaving back in. I didn't do the best job ever. I think he's my favourite of the bunch personally. I just love, especially with his little wonky head, I love the way they turn out. He'll be £15 when he sells. So we are up to £111 of stock so far for the video. Then after that we finished off some grey and made some rock golems. We did make 5, but 3 of them have sold. So these are the 2 that I have left, and these are £6 each. So that added £30 to the stock. So £141 in total. And then we took a bit of a break because I was prepping for my Easter market, so I needed to get everything done for that. And then the final few things we made were these 2 demogorgons, which will be £18 each because they're bigger. So that takes us up to £177 worth of stock. And then finally, the final thing that we have made, oh sorry, the demogorgons are by Just a Mum Crocheting, and the rock golems are by Handmade by Nickel, and this guy is by Pebble Crochets. This is by Woolly Amigurumi. He has a little bit of blush under his eyes, and he looks like a bishop. If you are into 21 Pilots and all of the lore behind their last 5 albums, he looks like a Clancy Bishop, and I love him so much. I wish I had enough red to make a second one, but I don't think I do. But yeah, so a little guy, a little man, a little dude, and here's the final thing to be added to the table. I'm putting the price of him up to £15 because he's about as complex and the same size as the smaller demogorgons that I've been making Parfait Chunky. So he's now £15, and that takes us finally to, we were on 177, weren't we? So that takes us to £192 of stock. Obviously I do still plan to make a couple of extra cappies, so that will take us over the 200 mark for stock made specifically for this market, and I'm very happy with that as a result. So all in all, we've made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. In total we made 17 blushies in this video. I'm very happy with that. I couldn't be happier. We got to try a couple of new combinations of colours out. Not necessarily any new patterns, but we did get to try new combinations of patterns and yarn, and I'm really happy with the outcome. So I really hope you enjoyed this journey that we've been on to get ready for my alt market. The video for my alt market will be coming out as the Friday video after this one to let you know how it went. This time we're in a new venue, so I will have a little review of how I feel about the new venue as well. This, I believe, is the 3rd new venue for this market in Coventry, so that's interesting. They've all had their pros and cons. I didn't trade at the first one, so I didn't trade at that venue at all, but the venue we've been at, it's like, it's slow because it's hard to get people down from the town into the market, whereas we're closer to the bus station this time, so hopefully that will draw more people in. But then it's like, we've had Wi-Fi and a bar and things like that, which I don't know if we'll have in the new venue. So pros and cons. I'll let you know how that goes in the next video. Please let me know in the comments which make was your favourite. Please like and share the video if you would like to. I think I'm going to start doing a secret emoji for anyone who makes it to the end, so comment something spooky, whether that's a ghost or a bat or whatever spooky emojis that your phone allows you to do. And if you want any of these things, they should be in my Ko-fi store in the next few days, hopefully. It's on my list this week to update the Ko-fi because it's been a little while since I made sure it was up to date, and I have a lot of new things. And I think that's everything I needed to say. So thank you again for watching and have a nice day.